Welcome to another edition of the Florida Chamber's Bottom Line with David Hart, Executive Vice President of the Florida Chamber, and our very special guest, Attorney General Pam Bondi. Welcome, General Bondi. David, this week the Florida Chamber is holding its 6th annual insurance summit, and healthcare is taking center stage. Now that the elections are behind us, how will Florida move forward when it comes to the Affordable Health Care Act?
Well, that's right, Alia. This week will be our 6th annual insurance summit, and one of the key focuses this summit will be healthcare issues. So in addition to the Solicitor General, we'll have panel of legislators, we'll have experts on healthcare, looking at it really from both the insurance provider, the consumer, the company, the business who's paying the premiums often. But we know these are big issues that Florida's grappling with. What do we do with exchanges? Do we implement them? What do we do with the expansion of Medicaid? And we hope this forum will provide an opportunity to come together and create some solutions.
Do you see the landscape shifting a little bit right after this last election?
Well, elections have consequences. So yes, I do. And I think we've seen the governor reach out to Secretary Sebelius and ask for a meeting. We've seen our legislative leaders write to her and ask for some answers to some fundamental questions about how would it be implemented. We've got 3.8 million Floridians uninsured that need answers to questions about access, and we have serious questions about costs over time.
General, you have been advocating better than anybody I know on behalf of your constituents, especially on this issue. Talk to me a little bit about this healthcare debate.
Well, Alia, the one thing that we learned several things, but we learned that the federal government cannot force us to purchase a product under the Commerce Clause simply by being alive, nor can they coerce us through the Medicaid expansion, threatening to pull all of our Medicaid funding if we don't participate. However, none of us expected the curveball that Justice Roberts threw us. None of us. But what we do know because of that is this is one of the largest tax increases in our history. And had we known that this was a $4 billion tax on the American people, I firmly do not believe it would have passed Congress.
So what did you learn from this healthcare ruling that you want to explain to Floridians, to the public, that they possibly didn't understand?
That this is the largest tax increases, one of the largest tax increases in our history. And it's going to dramatically affect businesses, small business owners, and individuals.
David, I know that the General has worked diligently to help your membership. She's very business focused. Can you talk a little bit about that and the relationship you have with her office?
Well, we really appreciate Attorney General Pam Bondi. She's been a good friend to the business community across Florida. She's championed issues that really impact all of us here, and particularly her work on pill mills and synthetic drugs, I think, comes to my mind as a way that's improved Florida's brand. It's made for a safer environment for our seniors, for our families, for our children, and we're grateful for your work.
Thank you.
General, I know that you have been working so hard on this because we hear you speaking, we see your comments and the families that you talk to that have touched you in some way. Can you talk a little bit about the pill mill eradication, the synthetic drugs that you're so concerned with?
Sure, and it wasn't just me, it was the legislature, and we worked so great together, and the governor signing the bill into law. But what we have now, we had 7 Floridians dying a day overdosing due to prescription drugs, and now we have some of the toughest laws in the country, and we hopefully will become a role model for getting rid of these pill mills that are really killing our kids. And it's not only pill mills, it's synthetic drugs now, and parents need to know, businesses need to know. They look like they're simple little sugar packets, but they're very, very lethal. And we're also tackling the issue of newborns being addicted to prescription drugs because moms are taking this stuff when they're pregnant.
So there's still more to do.
Oh, much more to do. Our war on drugs is not over, but we are not giving up.
And David, I understand that property insurance, workers' compensation, auto no-fault PIP reform will all be discussed at the Chamber. What are you hoping to achieve at the end of the summit?
Well, absolutely. We will continue to look at those cost drivers on workers' comp. We're going to have a panel take a look at the sort of what's happening as a result of the new PIP law. And of course, just because we're at the end of hurricane season this year doesn't mean we don't need to keep planning for those long-term solutions on both the CAP fund and Citizens Insurance. So I think it's going to be a great summit, and we're looking forward to it.
David, thank you very much. And General Bondi, thank you so much for joining us. And to you, our viewers, we thank you for watching the Florida Chamber's Bottom Line, and we hope your bottom line is looking up.